What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show on this fabulous Friday, brought to you by Front Yard Fantasy here on Better Sports Network. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by your favorite FYF co-host, not named John Luke, Joey Wright and Tim Wright. It's the Wright brothers. How's it going today, guys?
Ooh,
oh,
pretty excited to be here.
Pretty excited to be here. And well, we got a special guest joining us today as well, our great friend Jeff Haseley. For those of you that do not know Jeff, you can find him on Twitter at Jeff Haseley. It's pretty easily. The link is below us in this video as well. He is a senior writer and content provider over at footballguys.com and a video editor and graphic designer for the Fantasy Doctors. Jeff, thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with us.
Yes, thank you. Happy Friday, everybody. Weekend is getting started early for me here, so this is good.
And we don't have enough Panther fan representation on this show. I think Jordan Vanek's been avoiding us. So Jeff, I'm really glad that you took the time to come on. We need more Panther love on here.
Yeah, no, I love Jordan too. Happy to be a member and contribute to Panther Nation here for you. So I got lots of stuff in the background there. I got my Bryce Young helmet up top, Panthers helmet. Nice. Bills too. I still have my Bills affiliation because I grew up in Western New York. So that's my thing.
I'll always have a slight soft spot for the Panthers as a Clemson student because they played there enough. I just think back to how sick that must have been to be a student there that year. Saturdays are Clemson games, Sundays are Panthers games, all on campus. Just, God, that would have been so much fun. Nothing but cat love.
The rare breed of Clemson students at that time.
Well, we got some people in the chat ready for today's show. Our friend Strong Style Ninja showing up. What's up, Ninja? And he's stealing the brochachos from Victor in the chat.
Whoa.
Wow. We got Craig down here saying won't be in here much, but we'll be listening at a county fair today. But who knows what? Jeff, what's your favorite? If you're at a county fair, you get to eat one thing. Typical fair food. What are you eating?
Funnel cakes. End of story. That's it. That's the answer.
That's my answer as well. It's 100% funnel cakes. Tim, what are you eating?
I don't know, man. For some reason I'm crushing a hot dog somewhere. I'm gonna find one. It's just gonna be simple. Like I'm just getting a hot dog
on the Ferris wheel, eating a hot dog. Joey, what are you eating at the county fair?
Whatever novelty thing they have that sounds disgusting, like a deep fried Oreo.
Deep fried
just something like what the hell? Who would eat amazing. That? I'll eat it. Yeah, I bet they are. I'm just saying something novelty. Good. That's what I'm gonna eat.
Something that can only be produced in America is what Joey's eating. Also, Victor down here, agreeing with me and Jeff, said some funnel cake sounds delicious right now. Man, one of the
too hot last time when you and I went. It was way too hot.
The best hangover of my life was when there was a street festival 1 foot from my front door, and I woke up, walked, 20 steps, got a funnel cake, walked 20 steps back, and that was my food for the day.
But by the way, do we have about 20 seconds?
Oh, we got more than that.
I want Joey to grab one of those like with DVDs just randomly behind him and just to let us know what the title is.
I don't know what I grabbed.
This is the movie of the day, everyone. The Graduate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
it's slightly before my time. I'm not as old as that, but still.
Jeff, I wish everyone would ask me to do that on this show. I would have so much fun doing that every day, but nobody ever
maybe we just started a thing. Hashtag grab a movie.
And everybody tries to guess what movie Joey's going to grab without having the master list. One day someone will get it.
I love this.
Craig, our historian, coming in with some stats for us. Jeff, this is your ninth FYF appearance. On the next one, number 10, we're going to have a party in your 7th game of
some funnel cake.
2 wins, 4 losses, but undefeated in pole perception. You got a 1-0 record in pole perception going into today. So we'll see if you can hold on to it. We got Herms in here with the Hola Brochachos. Victor, it's contagious. The Brochacho is spreading. And Scott Fish in here said, no show today. Sorry, just got word. Well, Scott, we don't take instructions very well, and we're streaming whether we're canceled or not.
Are we live? Just make sure. It's happened before. Yeah, okay.
Pretty sure Scott's got something else kind of important going on.
Nah. It's not like it has his name on it or anything. We got Dustin in the chat saying, happy Friday, everyone. What's up, Dustin? Glad to have you in here. Coming in with the hashtag Team Joey, and Albert saying hello. Welcome in, Albert. Jay coming in saying, happy Friday, FYFers. And look who decided to show up, the LA boy himself. What's up, JL? Hope you're enjoying LA. We got Dame in the chat. What's up, Dame? Hey, guys.
Dame.
Friday. And Grim fan letting us know he's eating street corn at the county.
Ooh, that's a good choice. That's a solid choice.
It's a sleeper pick. Some street corn over there. We got Swamp.
Definitely need a chair and a table for that, I think.
Hi, Swamp.
Or at least 1 or 2 napkins. Swamp says, hi, Tim. Welcome him in. And then we had a question from Grim fan to start us off before we get into our game. Grim wanted to know thoughts on Antonio Gibson wanting to play more at wide receiver for the Commanders. Jeff, are you buying into this, and more in general, are you buying into maybe an Antonio Gibson bounce back with Eric Bieniemy there in Washington?
It's definitely possible, but I'd still think that it's going to be a split 50-50 with him and Brian Robinson. And, depends. Is he going to be the odd man out, or is he going to be the odd man in? That's yet to be determined. But I like the fact that at one point in time, Ron Rivera said that Antonio Gibson had that Christian McCaffrey-like ability on the team. And I don't think that's going away. I think if anything, they're going to gravitate to that more. And it's also, can Gibson stay healthy too? So there's a little bit of against him, but he's there. I would rank him over Robinson, in my opinion, for that reception propensity alone. So I just, I don't know. I guess he's kind of like in the end of the 20s and into the 30s rankings for me, as far as running backs concerned.
Tim, are you any more optimistic or pessimistic about Antonio Gibson going into this year?
I mean, I think generally speaking, I'm more optimistic, but I hate the fact that I've been so optimistic on so many different teams and players this season. I need to find somebody to fade, because there's no way everybody can just be.
Let me introduce you to Cam Akers.
No. I don't have him. I want him, but no, I can't do that. I need somebody else that's not the normal one. I'm curious over the Commanders. I will likely stay away from most of them, but where he's going right now, I think he's fine value.
I think I agree with you guys in the most likely outcome being a split with Brian Robinson. But what's been pushing me to maybe draft a little bit of Antonio Gibson is if one of those 2 backs does earn a 3-down role in that offense, I think it's Antonio Gibson and not Brian Robinson. I don't think that's the most likely outcome, but he seems to have a better skill set for that 3-down role. So I'll take a shot in those later rounds. But his ADP is starting to creep up a little bit, it seems like. People are starting to get hot on Antonio Gibson. Joey, are you hot on Antonio Gibson? Are you one of the reasons his ADP is rising?
I'm warm on him. I don't think I'm hot on him. I think what kind of makes me kind of filter away from Gibson is, it'll be a shared backfield there. But they kind of already got that gadgety player, and call me a fool, many people do. I still kind of believe in Curtis Samuel a little bit to be that wide receiver / I wouldn't call him a running back, but he can catch balls out of the backfield and make it happen, where if he wasn't there, I think Antonio Gibson could get a lot more of that kind of work.
Absolutely. We got Dustin in here coming in saying, who's that guy in the bottom left? Usually Tim is on Fridays, but I don't see his sweet mustache today.
I had to shave it, dude. I've been blowing my nose like a freaking faucet. It's just gross when you have a mustache. I had to go.
Mustache and boogers, not a good.
Not good.
Also, Swamp in here had a question for us. It's got a scenario for Simon. He said, you're on the clock in redraft looking for an RB2 flex. Choices are Pirine, Akers, or Gibson. Who are you picking? That's tricky. I think I go with Samaje Pirine there. I think I punt and I grab a wide receiver and then I draft Samaje Pirine around later is what I'm doing. Jeff, which of these backs do you prefer?
If I had to rank those 3 backs, I would put Akers, Pirine, Gibson And I was all out on Akers last year, but seeing kind of what he was able to do, seeing as though the running back room is kind of barren except for Sony Michel in Los Angeles, it seems like he's going to be the guy who gets the volume, gets the production. So I think that Akers is kind of, his needle is pointing up for me this season. Although I still am a little bit leery on getting some shares of him, especially in redraft. So I don't, a lot of times I'll try to speak highly of someone that I've already drafted and I'm happy with. I haven't drafted him, but I can sort of see myself as being happy if I did. It's just, I like your answer of taking a receiver there and then getting P. Ryan around later. So I like that answer.
Joey, which one of these guys makes your arrow point up?
So my arrow was always pointing up for Samaje P. Ryan, but Simon, you laid out my game plan for what I would do. If I have to absolutely take one of them, I can only have one. I would actually take Cam Akers. I really would. Truth be told. But what you said is I don't have to have one. I can pass on one and grab P. Ryan in the next round. And I actually had that decision to make in Scott Fishbowl and did that exact thing. I passed on Akers and took P. Ryan in the 10th round. Reached a little bit for him, but he's my guy. So what am I going to say?
You got to get him.
You got to get your guy. The amount you've seen about P. Ryan this offseason, you got to get him on your team. Herms,
I think my league was afraid if any of them took P. Ryan, what I would do.
Herms down here saying P. Ryan and Akers are the Spider-Man pointing gift, but only one of them has a secure role. And the ADP is reflecting that a little bit. Akers is going a bit higher than Samaje P. Ryan right now. I imagine it'll stay that way. And Victor down here saying, poor Simon couldn't hold that cough. Yeah, I apologize, guys. I got a little bit of a booger-induced cough today, so if you see me disappear for a moment, it's so that you don't have to watch me hawk up a nice, thick loogie.
Nice. Off. Good team name.
Now you can just imagine it in detail instead of actually seeing it. Well, guys, today we brought our friend Jeff on here, not just to talk about boogers and Samaje P. Ryan. We're also playing a game that we call Poll Perception. It is our OG game that tests your understanding of the public landscape of fantasy football. I've got 7 delicious, juicy, succulent polls that I found online before this show started that I'm going to pose to our contestants one by one. When it is your turn, you'll be responsible for guessing the percentage of people that chose side A, the first option in that poll. The closer you are, the more points you're going to get, up to a max of 10 if you are exactly right. 1 if you're within 15. It scales up within that range. Now, the other 2 contestants, you can score points while it's not your turn as well by correctly guessing whether the real answer is over or under the line set by your opponent. So if you think the actual answer is higher, you're going to say over. If you think the actual answer is lower, you are going to say under. If you get it right, you're going to add 2 points to your score. We'll go like this through 6 polls, 2 polls for each of you until we get to our 7th and final round where there's no more of this over-under nonsense. Everyone's writing down a number, and whoever's the closest, it's 5 points unless you're spot on, and you'll get 10. Whoever's got the most points at the end of that is our Friday Poll Perception champion. Your Coles Cast will be faxed to you within 48 business hours, as long as you provide us your fax number, Jeff. We're still waiting on that from you. 9 shows in, and you haven't sent us your fax number yet. You're missing out on all that.
I'll get on that. My eFax email address. There you go.
Oh, there's some Nike logo tees just waiting for you.
Those the eFax numbers aren't working. It has to tie up your phone line, or it will not work for a solid 48 hours. Well, guys, before we get into our game today, a couple of reminders. First and foremost, if you're not already following our friend Jeff, you need to remedy that right now. He's on Twitter at Jeff Haseley. It's below his face if you remove the space, or you can find it in the link to this video wherever you're watching, on YouTube, on the Front Yard Fantasy channel, or on the BSN channel. And while you're there, go and hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell. It's the easiest way to make sure you do not miss us every day at 3 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. And one more reminder for you guys before we get into our game. Right now, you can play the Real-Time Sports Fantasy Football Best Ball Championship to compete for a grand prize of $25,000. Live drafts every night, and you're going to get the exclusive BSN offer of 100% deposit match up to $200. Go to rtsports.com/alarm and use promo code alarm23 to get in on that tournament. You guys ready to get into some poll perception?
Woo, baby.
Let's do it. Jeff, I'm going to ask you, would you like to go first, second, or third in today's game?
I'll take second. I'll go with number 2.
A nice Jeff sandwich. Joey, would you like to go first or third? Third, which means Tim.
Exactly what I wanted, baby.
Kicking us off today.
Shoot me out of the cannon. Let's go.
Woohoo! It's a booger cannon, and Tim's going first. Joey, you were going to be third, and Jeff, you were going to be right in the middle, right where you wanted them. We'll get that up there, and Tim, we're going to jump right into your first poll if you're ready. Okay, this is my question for you. Who do you prefer in Superflex Dynasty? Side A is Jalen Hurts. Side B is Justin Fields plus a 2024 first. What percentage of people chose the Jalen Hurts side in this poll?
Oh, man. This is a fun one. I like this. I don't like it, but I think it's fun.
It's poll season. People are making trades and doing drafts, so we are getting all these polls this time of year.
Gosh. I think I don't have much Jalen Hurts anywhere in any of my leagues, so that kind of changes my frame a little bit. And I like Justin Fields a lot. I remember watching him just absolutely dice up Clemson. It's like, well, what are we going to do about it? Nothing. We can't. He's just killing us. And then he just ran all over the Dolphins. I'm like, why is this happening to me? So I like Fields a lot. I think that Bears offense is in a good trajectory. So I think he's up there in the dynasty rankings for me, which I think is totally great. And then the 2024 first in a Superflex dynasty, that could be pretty big. Doesn't say where it is, but screw it. I'm gonna say side B takes it because it's got that extra pick in the first round. I think it's still gonna be close because we love Jalen Hurts. So I'm gonna give Hurts 46% of this.
46% from Tim on this one. Jeff, since Tim's up first, you're in the middle of the Jeff sandwich. You got the first guess on whether the actual answer is over or under Tim's guess of 46%.
I'm going to say it's slightly under.
Slightly under. So fewer people selected the Jalen Hurts side of this poll.
I do like 46 is right there in the wheelhouse though. But I'll go under. I think maybe like 42, 44-ish.
Okay. Joey, are you following Jeff on this one, or are you taking the over on Tim's guess of 46%?
If Tim would have said 45, I would have queen beat him. But he said 46, so I will not be queen being him.
Nice.
I think he broke it down remarkably well. I don't think anyone's taking – I mean, some people might take Justin Fields over Jalen Hurts, but I think the majority of people would take Jalen Hurts over Justin Fields. But that 2024 first holds a lot of weight to it. So I think side B will win by a little bit.
Could be anything, even Caleb Williams, but probably a second-round wide receiver that'll never start for your fantasy team ever, except for one time when you got a little cocky. All right. Well, the actual percentage of people will be revealed after we go through the guesses from the chat. Victor in here came in with 35%. Grim fan with 86%. Swamp coming in at 71. Albert with 69. Dame with 55. And Craig with 58%. So Tim, you got some overs
there.
Lots of overs. One under from Victor, but it's quite a bit under. So we will see how this plays out. The actual percentage of people that chose Jalen Hurts over Justin Fields in the 2024 first in this poll
make it 45, please.
60%. Tim, you are within 15 percentage points, so you are going to earn 1 point for that. And you have edged out both of your competitors. They are not getting anything for incorrectly predicting the over-under. Tim, are you a little bit surprised by the results of that poll?
I would be. I mean, like I said, I love Jalen, so I think it's fine. If I see this trade come through, though, if I have that, I would still take the trade. I think Fields is on a great path forward, and then give me an extra pick with it. So I do that.
Jeff, are you agreeing with Tim here? Would you take that Field side if you were the Hurts manager?
You know, it's easy to talk about it. It's another thing to actually click accept.
Yeah.
I mean, with Hurts, you have the offense with it as well. So you have the receivers, you have the weapons. With Fields, you don't really have that. Damn, I'm second guessing myself. I think I would keep Hurts.
DJ Moore.
I would keep
Hurts.
I'm
a Panthers fan
because you don't know what's going to happen with that first round pick, and you already have one likely year already. So, you know, I think I'd keep Hurts.
This is the kind of trade where I feel like I would look at it, I would want to accept it, I wouldn't hit it, and then 2 years later, when Justin Fields was tearing up the league, I'd be like, "What the hell is wrong with me?" Joey, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I would make the trade. I just think you can do a lot with that first. You don't even have to spend it. You can use it as for trade and get something else to help your team out. Because I think Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields, if you look 3 years down the line, Might be a little bit closer than we think.
You could even just print it out and frame it and put it on your wall. You never have to use it at all.
I don't have room. I'll have his movies behind me.
Well, Craig in here was the closest with 58%. Nice job, Craig. Only 2 percentage points away. And I see Scampers down here saying, at Maria, heading home. I don't see any comments from Maria in here. I must have missed you. Oh, there.
She asked where Scampers was going. Yeah.
There you are. What's up, Maria? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. I thought there was like a Phantom Maria that Scampers was talking to. All right. Well, Tim, you have an ever so slight lead of 1-0 after your first poll. But we are moving on to poll number 2. Jeff, this one is yours. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. My question is, which side would you prefer in Superflex Dynasty with big play bonuses? Side A is Patrick Mahomes plus Jameson Williams. Side B is Bijan Robinson plus A.J. Brown plus Geno Smith plus C.J. Stroud. What percentage of people chose side A, the Patrick Mahomes side of this trade?
Damn. Mahomes is the holy grail. That's what you want. So it's almost like whatever you can do to get him is the way to go. So I think side A is the lean, but side B is definitely fair. And is it more than fair? That's the question. And this is super flex we're talking here. Smith, Stroud, Brown, Robinson. Oh, man. Sugar. Wow.
Watch your language, Jeff.
Oh, yes.
I know. Come on.
Damn. I think that's a really good offer for that. Damn. All right, side A, I will say, damn, man. I don't know. I mean, phooey. 48% side A.
48 on side A.
I think it's half and half here. You're talking super flex, which if you can get 2 quarterbacks in super flex and Robinson and Brown, wow. Jameson Williams kind of like a throw in here.
That is a wild trade where Jameson Williams is
48 for the side A, and I don't know how the world is going to answer, but that's why it's the fun of the game. So I'm just going to go with side A 48% because I think that the offer for that Mahomes side is more than fair. So I think that's going to be the lean. Okay. I think side B is the lean, but barely, because Mahomes is the holy grail. You want him, but that's a fair offer.
Well, Joey, we got 48% on side A from Jeff. Are you taking the over or under on that line?
I'm going to say under. I think Jeff's reasoning and his number is really good. I look at these two sides and Patrick Mahomes is the holy grail, but there's a hell of a lot on that other side of that trade. I mean, you've got basically, if there was less than Superflex, you've got the, dynasty number 1 pick of the season, of this draft season with Bijan Robinson. And then, C.J. Stroud, see what Houston does. Yeah, so I think side B is going to win this, but so it'll be under. Did I do it right? Yeah.
You did it right.
Yeah.
Nice job. Yeah. We got the under. Well, I don't know if the answer is right. I haven't looked at the results of this poll yet.
Thank you.
Tim, are you taking the over or under on this one?
I really didn't want to think about this too much, so I was just going to stick with Joey, but I made a promise to Queen Bee at least once a game, and this is it, baby. Love it. Love the guess.
Tim thinks it's exactly right at 48%.
Come on.
We both should get huge points for that.
Let's go.
If he's
Big
right,
bonus,
you guys will
baby.
both get 10 points. We got some answers in the chat, and Grimfan is with you, Tim. Queen Bee and Jeff on that answer. Where do the answers for this one start? We had right here, Victor came in with 57%, Dustin with 44, Craig with 46, Dame with 41, Albert guessing 49, and Swamp saying this one's tough, and Victor saying Jeff in shambles trying to figure this one out. There are a lot of pieces in this trade. Jeff broke it down pretty well, but the actual percentage of people that chose side A, Patrick Mahomes and Jameson Williams, over side B, Bijan Robinson, A.J. Brown, Geno Smith, and C.J. Stroud is 37%. Jeff, you are going to get 1 point because you're 11 percentage points away, so close to being within 10. Joey, you will get 2 for predicting the over-under, making this a real barn burner of a game so far through 2 polls. The score is 1-1 3-2. Joey having the ever so slight lead as we go
coming for that record
poll.
today.
Pull a movie for that, Joey. Pull a movie.
Okay. Oh, this is okay. I'm not going to talk about that one. Oh my god! All right.
That was College Co-Eds, Volume 7.
Sin City.
Sin City. Okay,
no,
there we go.
I don't want to mispronounce the director's name. He's like a German director, and I don't want to mispronounce his name. That's what I'm going.
Fair enough. Our viewership just had a lower spike there. Let's get it back on track.
Yeah, we don't want to piss off our German audience, Joey. Thank you for monitoring that. I really appreciate it. Guys, before we move on to this next poll, Jeff, you mentioned Patrick Mahomes being the holy grail in Dynasty. Is he still your Dynasty QB1 over the new hot names? Like, I know Josh Allen has jumped him for some people.
No,
Jalen Hurts for some people.
He keeps on collecting Super Bowls. I mean, what's not to love about that? The only thing that I'm sort of concerned about a little bit is what's going to happen after Kelsey, post Kelsey. What is going to happen? Because that's going to happen soon. And who's yes. No, I mean, I could sort of see the Tony Gonzalez situation, but that's still only like 2-3 years. Actually, no, Gonzalez was like 38, wasn't he? So that's like 4 years, but still. What's going to happen? I don't know, but I as long as he and Andy Reid are together, I think it's their league, so they'll find ways.
I think what's going to happen is Adam Troutman will get traded to the Chiefs, and my pre-draft hype for Adam Troutman will finally come to fruition as he is the new Travis Kelce with Patrick Mahomes. That seems reasonable, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like some big-bodied wide receiver that is turned into tight end that says, you know what, I'm going to go into Kansas City and we're gonna go crazy.
Kelvin Benjamin's coming back, baby.
Yeah,
he's making it happen.
Like that.
Joey, is Mahomes still your QB1 in Dynasty?
I would rather have Jalen Hurts right now.
Is it just the rushing upside that does that for you?
It's the rushing upside and Philadelphia's defense, like especially for this year. I mean, they can definitely improve down the line, but they're pretty neck and neck. And like we said, play Dynasty in a 3-year window. That's a way to win. And in a 3-year window, I'd rather have Jalen Hurts the next 3 years.
Dustin down here saying Noah Gray, baby. I don't think Noah Gray's filling Kelsey's shoes. They're a little too big for him. And Jay said Kelvin Benjamin. Jinx Simon, you owe me a Coke. Also, Herm's letting us know, don't want to piss off your American audience of German ancestry either. Herms is watching. So, Joey, thank God. You could have pissed off Herms again after not drafting Najee Harris.
It's a good little collection of films. Like Wes Anderson also often cites the director, which I can't say his name correctly. It's like who inspired him to do the stop motion animation. So it's not dirty movies or anything.
Sure. That would be funny if you pulled one of those.
No, those are on the bottom shelf, so I don't have to worry about reaching for this.
Also, we got Swamp in here coming in saying, oh man, Joe, you and I are so high on P. Ryan. I get him in most mocks I do, unless you're there. But man, I hope he actually pays off. It's a good team to be on, the P. Ryan team.
Yeah, and the thing why I love P. Ryan so much, because I whiffed really hard on Al Robinson, is for me, P. Ryan doesn't need to have that lead back job. I've mentioned it before. He does so much with minimal touches in a game, like 10 or more, and he's good to go. So with Peyton's history of giving his running backs at least the second running back on the team at least 10 touches, I just feel really comfortable with P. Ryan, and he's going so late. So I think that's kind of why I fall in love with him, is he feels kind of safe. And if Javonte doesn't start, wow, like watch him go.
One thing about P. Ryan, if I can mention too, Sean Payton, he either will have a tight end or a running back be a really big piece of that offense. And I mean, we've seen it before with his tight ends. We've seen it with his running backs. If P. Ryan could be that guy, the sky's the limit for his fantasy production. So I love P. Ryan's value where he's at. You can get him as an RB3 and reap the benefits. I like that.
Absolutely.
Or if you've got big balls, you can get him as an RB1.
Yeah. Yes.
First running back off the board. You just got to wait long enough. And even P. Ryan can be your RB1.
I think Jeff's absolutely correct. Get him as your RB3. That's the perfect spot to have him. Earlier this year, I was going P. Ryan and Damian Harris as my 3 and 4. And I love that combination. I've kind of moved off Harris a little bit, just a slight bit. But I still love P. Ryan as my RB4.
There's not enough love for P. Ryan and Harris inside Joey's body.
I know.
You got to delegate it somehow. Well, Joey,
yes,
have to delegate some percentages to side A on this poll because it is your turn. Are you ready?
Oh, Simon. Why did you even ask that? Of course I'm ready.
Well, this one's a little different from the poll that your two
great. Thank
that
you.
your two contestants got. What I want to know is, where does Garrett Wilson rank among all wide receivers in receiving yards next season? Side A, top 5. Side B, not top 5. What percentage of people said Garrett Wilson would be a top 5 wide receiver in receiving yards next year?
I'm going to say 37% said top 5.
37% saying top 5.
I'm trying to pick a number that'll cover, because I think side B is definitely going to win this. Yeah, I'll go 37.
37 from Joey. Tim, what are you doing with Joey's got to 37%? Do you think more people think Garrett Wilson will be top 5, or fewer people think Garrett Wilson will be top 5?
I think it's a solid guess, but I'll take the under, just barely though. I mean, I think people are so high on him, but we haven't seen the connection. We haven't seen the proof with him and Rodgers. So hopefully it's under. And there are at least a handful of receivers that should easily beat him out. So we'll go a little bit under. I say 1 and 4 say it's top 5.
Tim says not enough pudding yet. Jeff,
not enough.
Are you following Tim with the under on Joey's guess at 37%, or do you think it's over?
I'm gonna say 37.5. So over.
Just the ever so slight over on Joey's guess.
Yeah, Joey, that's an outstanding guess.
Thank you.
I mean, if you look at a poll, right? This is 100%. I mean, 37 is like, what? I'm gonna go a little bit more than 37, so 37.5.
All right, we got one over, one under. Joey, you have successfully split the room. How does it feel?
I'll tell you what, it feels like that movie I just pulled off the top shelf that I don't want to talk about. That's how it feels.
Well, we have some guesses in the chat. Dustin coming in here with 32%. Victor thinks it's 23%. Dame says 35. Albert with 27. Swamp right in line with you guys at 33.33%. Jay is queen being Joey. Thinks he's exactly right. Craig coming in as 35%. And Grimfan said, as a Jets fan, 100% top 5. That boy, embrace the homerism.
Wow. I'm the only over.
The only over. Well, we'll see.
I am the only over.
Your favorite.
Let's go, New York crowd.
I felt like Go ahead.
Into the actual percentage of people that chose top 5 for Garrett Wilson. Tim, when you said you would choose a quarter, you would have been exactly right at 25%. 25% is the correct answer, meaning all of you guys scored 1 point on your polls in the beginning rounds. Each of you were within 15%. Joey, that is going to add 1 additional point for you. Bringing you up to 3. Tim, you're going to get 2 points for correctly picking the under here. But when I say it is anybody's game at this point, I truly mean it is anybody's game. 1 question for any of you can change this leaderboard up in a moment. Jeff, we've talked about Garrett Wilson a lot on the show because how do you have a fantasy football show and not talk about Garrett Wilson a lot this offseason?
Yeah.
He seems like the player that had the biggest rise in value from the beginning of last year to where he's sitting on dynasty lists. How are you viewing Garrett Wilson just for this season in redraft now that we're shifting our focus to the 2023 season?
If we get MVP Aaron Rodgers, I think he hits this number easily. He's his version of Devontae Adams. And the question is, can Aaron Rodgers get to that point again? Is he going to have more than 0 300-yard passing games like he did last year?
Hopefully not fewer.
Right? So he is the determining factor of this entire question, is Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion. We saw that Wilson did fairly decent with Mike White and with, what's his name?
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. What the hell? Zach Wilson. Thank you, audience.
Same thing.
If they did say that, they're probably shouting, Zach Wilson, you idiot.
You can't forget about Flacco throwing for 9,000 yards in the first 3 games.
Oh, my God. Flacco, 57 pass Flacco.
So the fact that he had some success with that group of subpar play makes me think that he should see an uptick here with Rodgers, but exactly how far, we'll see. I think he's a top 10, top 12 in receiving yards, but top 5 might be a bit of a stretch.
Joey, are you buying this? Do you agree with Jeff's prognosis that this is an Aaron Rodgers question, not a Garrett Wilson question?
I 100% agree with Jeff that this is an Aaron Rodgers question. What worries me about Gary Wilson is it takes Aaron Rodgers a little bit of time to build that rapport with his wide receivers, which is why I think Allen Lazard came over and Randall Cobb as well to kind of give that safety blanket to Aaron Rodgers. I just hope that they can get on the same page quick because once they do, it's lights out.
Tim, how do you feel about this new version of Aaron Rodgers? He's gone from being like I feel like he reinvents himself in front of the media every day. He's borderline likable at this point. With his quotes recently, I'm just waiting for the other foot to drop. Are you buying into the new likable New York Jets Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know. I know that New Jersey has legalized a whole plethora of different types of I was like herbal remedies, and maybe that's what it is. I don't know. He's at the Taylor Swift concert, which I can't blame anybody for doing that. So I don't know. I hope he fails. I hope the Jets suck. So that's what I want.
A sedated Pat McAfee likes him, right? Pat McAfee likes him, so in turn we like him. I think that's how society works.
Yeah. Right. Whatever Pat McAfee says is what goes. McAfee for president.
Yeah. I mean, that's what society is leaning. Pat McAfee likes this type of steak. Oh, yeah, so do I. Yeah.
We love it. All right. Well, that is going to make the score 3-1-3, like we mentioned, before we head into round 2. Joey, we had a question from Grimfan in here specifically for you. As the movie buff, do you recommend the movie 80 for Brady?
All right. No, I don't. Have I seen it? Yes, you shouldn't see it. But can I take 10 seconds to talk about Tom Brady for a second?
You can have 30 if you want.
Okay. Why did the Buccaneers put a creamsicle Tom Brady jersey up on the site when they released the new Buccaneers jerseys? I was really upset by it. I ordered my creamsicle Mike Evans jersey. I'm ready to go. But Brady would not wear the creamsicle, and this still rubs me the wrong way. So I don't think that jersey should be up on the Buccaneers team site. Thank you very much.
That was probably about 30 seconds. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Good timing. Also, we got
2 minutes of material on it. So
we got Craig in here asking, did anyone else hear Joey call him Gary Wilson, or was that just
name, right?
Me? I did hear Joey. Gary the snail in SpongeBob in the Netherlands is called Garrett, but Harriet. So you were just, those names are interchangeable in SpongeBob, so they are in the NFL as well.
I know I just started in this industry a few years ago, but I've got in with a few players, and me and Gary, we're pretty good close. So, I'm allowed to call him Gary. All the other people have to call him Garrett, but I get that preferred.
Are Garys actually Garretts? And nobody told me.
It's like whenever I found out
Gary. Is that like an actual short? Like what?
It's like when I found out Trey just could be someone's name who was the third. Like my friend Trey, I saw his driver's license and it said like William Frank Jones the third, and I was like, it doesn't say Trey anywhere on this shit. Trey, like you've been lying to me for 3 years,
dude. What?
Simon, man. He's just really effing cool. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Come for the bull talk, stay for the comedy. Yes,
you'll learn.
Yes.
Oh God. Also, we are getting fact checked by our producer that Gary is short for Garrett or Gareth, according to Google. Today, we learned.
No way.
I got to talk to all the Garys in my life after this. I got some phone calls to make.
What?
Gary.
God. Gary's been lying to us for so long.
That's nuts.
Gary Wilson sounds like the walk-on on the special teams.
Oh, and Gary Wilson with his third fumble of the season. Oh, Gary Wilson, it's a great story. He played D3 ball before getting called up by his father, the assistant coach.
Called into war.
He sounds like a third baseman for the Brewers in the mid-'80s. Gary Wilson.
Also, Craig in here said, this has a shot to be the all-time low-scoring goal perception game. Someone fact-check that for me. Let's see what we got. Also, Herms coming in with, I think, the presidential campaign slogan for Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee, more like Pat McAdee's nuts. Got him. Put that on a T-shirt. 2024, McAfee Rodgers.
It would sell.
This is where they're launching their campaign on the fantasy football game show. Well, guys, this barn burner of a game is headed into round 2. Tim, you've got the first shot at a poll here. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Here's what I want to know. Which side do you prefer in a 12-team Superflex dynasty? Side A is Tyreek Hill and Christian Watson. Side B is Josh Jacobs and DJ Moore. What percentage of people chose the Tyreek Hill and Christian Watson side of this trade?
You dirty, dirty boy.
Who told you?
1,000,000% side A.
This is the equivalent of asking Grim fan about Garrett Wilson, asking Tim about a Dolphins receiver.
I like Christian Watson a lot. I have no idea what to expect with Jordan Love. I don't know that it's good. I don't know that it's bad. Josh Jacobs, I have no idea. Aging running back, DJ Moore, loving him to death. And on offense, that's trending up. But Tyreek is just so good and scores so many points. So I would give the slight edge to the younger wide receiver. And I'll go a nice clean 57%.
57% from Tim. Jeff, do you think the actual answer is over or under Tim's guess of 57%?
I'm going to say over. It might be way over. I mean, you're talking about 300 targets from Hill and Watson versus DJ Moore, who, remember, the Bears, Justin Fields passed for 150 yards per game. Lowest of I can remember. Jacobs is good and all. It's not quite on the side. Would you say 57? Also, I'll say over. Do I get the ability to go way over?
You do. I was going to say, you bring up
and
a
what's
great
that,
point.
10, 15 over?
15.
What?
If it's 15 non-inclusive. So we did change that. It has to be
that's
over
72%.
15%. So you would have to add
72.
You would have to add
73.
16 because it's non-inclusive of that 15 number.
73?
Yeah.
Wow. But I can still get the win. I would just get double the win if I'm right.
Correct.
Is that right?
No, it is double or nothing. If you take
it's
the
all
way over.
oh, whoa. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to play conservative then. I'll just say over because that's a decent guess. I just think it's over.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Jeff taking the over. Joey, are you taking the over, under, way over, or way under on this poll?
I'm going to go over.
You got the double over on your guess here, Tim. We have some guesses in the chat on both sides of your answer. Jay coming in with 76%. Victor thinks it's 83, so some overs. Albert was 63, also over, but Grim fan coming in with 45% on the under here, and Swamp coming in with 78. Well, the actual percentage of people that chose the Tyreek Hill and Christian Watson side over the Josh Jacobs and DJ Moore side was 74%. Way over would have.
Oh, no.
It would have worked.
Unfortunately, no
That's all right.
point for you on that one. But I think what happened is you just tried to overcorrect your Tyreek Hill level.
Yeah, probably.
He was trying to help us out. Thanks for the bone.
Your heart would have gotten you a little bit closer on that one. But that is going to be 2 points for your opponents, bringing Jeff up to 3, tied with Tim and Joey with the commanding lead of 5 points in this game. Also,
there's some good news too.
From Dustin,
you're about
letting us know.
Yep.
The lowest winning score for a poll perception game is 8. So Joey can't win, but Tim or Jeff, you guys could tie the record for lowest score of the winner of poll perception.
Right.
I would think that a lower score means that we're all kind of in the same wavelength of our thought process here.
We've also got 3 people.
Nothing wrong with that.
2 people.
Then again, we'd have a record, so that's cool too.
And a win is a win. A W is a W. It doesn't matter if you win 2-0. You win, baby. Put a 1 in the score column. All right. Well, guys, the actual percentage of people that chose. No, we already revealed that.
No, let's say it again. Maybe it changed. Someone just voted.
Lost my place in the show for a second. Well, guys, we're going to move on to our next poll here. Jeff, this one is yours. I don't reveal the answer before you go. I reveal the question. And then you give me your answer, and then I reveal the answer in case anyone else forgot how it worked. Jeff, here is your second poll. Who do you have ranked higher? Side A is Kendre Miller. Side B is Devin Achane. What percentage of people said Kendre Miller in this poll?
Thank God it wasn't me.
Tim is all in on Achane.
I'm going to say Achane is ranked higher than Miller. And I'm going to say side A is a cool, crisp 40. 44%.
Oh, I can feel the crispness on that 44%. It's so cool and so crisp. 44% from Jeff. Joey, you taking the over under? 4-4 from Jeff here on the Kendre Miller side.
I'm going to take the over. If he would have said 45, I would have queen beat.
We're getting a lot of almost queen bees today. Tim, are you following Joey with the over? Or are you taking the under on Jeff's guess at 44%?
So a way under would have to be 28, right?
Correct.
Ooh. Do it.
Let's play with fire and go way under. Let's do it. Come on.
Oh.
Tim taking the way under on this one. Joey has the over. Tim has the way under. Jeff, you got like a
good job.
This is a real split. It's not quite the full split of the way over, way under, but it is rare to get one way and then one not the other direction.
Yeah, that's rare. Let's see what we could do here.
We got some answers in the chat. Jay coming in with 0%.
Yeah,
Victor thinks it's 49. Herm says, I hope it's 0%. Swamp says 21%. Grim says, who are they? 50%. Those are some incoming rookies. I like that answer. And then we got Albert in here with 55%. Well, the actual percentage of people that chose Kendre Miller over Devin Achane is 67%. Kendre Miller won this poll based on almost 800 votes.
Brother. When was this poll made?
This poll was made 2 days ago. This is a poll from 2 days ago.
That's exactly why.
All right, so Joey, you are going to extend your lead a little bit here, bringing you up to 7 points, but still within striking distance of one question.
Yep. Surprising.
Jeff, are you higher on Achane than Kendre Miller?
The longer that Dalvin Cook is not in Miami, yes, I'm higher on Achane than Miller. Because now Kamara's like only going to have like a 4-game suspension tops. You have Jamal Williams also there. Miller is his 2023 is sinking as we speak, and Achane is going the opposite way.
Yeah.
So,
I know people are scared off by his size, but Tim, you've been in on Achane since he got drafted. Is it the explosiveness or is it the opportunity, or por qué no las dos?
Why not both, man? Yeah, I think he fits the scheme so well. I mean, get him outside, get him the ball, and watch him run, man. That's what he's going to do.
I have no idea how Miller was 60-something, anything percent.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Bunch of Louisiana pollsters.
I know. Yeah, this did come from the New Orleans Saints love account. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
this came from our friend Dynasty Goose. Dynasty Goose put this one out there. All right, well, Joey, that was so good. You've been playing a lot of Untitled Goose Game lately?
My daughter was playing it on the plane. The guy next to us,
so
like she had her headphones on. You could still hear the.
If you guys have not played that game, go download it.
The best
play
game
it tonight. You'll have the best Friday night of your life. Just running around honking at people.
What is this called, and how can I get into this action?
It's called Untitled Goose Game on the Switch.
Nice.
And it is just this. You run around as an angry little goose, messing with people and completing missions, and it's phenomenal. I think Chrissy Teigen recommended it, and that's why I played it.
Man, I just keep replaying the video where I can steal the little boy's glasses.
She put their boots and stuff in the water and watch them float down the river.
It's just a game of mischief. That's all it is.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Lock the farmer out of
Who would
house.
ever think that we would love a game of mischief? Well, guys, we are moving on to our penultimate poll here. Joey, this one is yours.
Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
What's the scores?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. After it is 3-3-7. Joey has the lead of 7, but Tim and Jeff are tied at 3. I'm telling you, it can all change in an instant, though.
Yep.
It's not changing. It's not.
We
have no inertia going on here.
Oh my God, dude!
Which side would you prefer in Dynasty? Jalen Waddle plus Kyle Pitts, or side B, Bijan Robinson? What percentage of people chose the Jalen Waddle and Kyle Pitts side of this poll?
A lot of Dolphins questions today. It's like Tim was going to be here. So
I did not even realize how many Dolphins were in these until this poll.
Kyle Pitts is probably the dynasty tight end 2 or 3 for most people. If not, some maybe have him for 1. Jalen Waddle or Bijan. I mean, I'm taking Bijan over Jalen Waddle, but it's close enough. I'm going to go 49% side A. Wait.
49% side A.
Yeah,
Tim,
about that. Safe
do you think the actual percentage of people is over, under, way under, or exactly the same as Joey's guess of 49%?
I mean, I have to go over. I mean, I just have to. Like that's
waddle.
That's the rules. Yeah,
them's the rules when you're a
Them's the
Dolphins
rules,
fan named
man.
Tim. He's taking the over. Jeff, are you following the Dolphin fandom above you, or are you taking the under?
Position? Come on.
There is an awful lot of love for Kyle Pitts around this planet Earth. I happen not to be part of that. But
boo,
I know, right? Boo the stage. Anyhow, I think that the Waddle and Pitts side is going to be higher here, and I'm going to say it's over 49%.
Over 49%. We got double overs, a reverse split the room for Joey. And we got some answers in the chat to this one as well. 51% from Joey. And then, Joey, you've got two Queen Bees coming in here as well. One from Grimfan and one from Victor. Albert says 72%. And then Swamp saying, or like 53%. Probably 53%.
I'll take 53. I'll be fine with 53.
Well, the actual percentage of people that chose the Jalen Waddle and Kyle Pitts side of this poll, according to 1,023 votes, was 80%.
Oh,
wow.
Way over.
People chose the Jalen Waddle and Kyle Pitts. Way over what a hit on this one.
Pitts love.
But you guys are getting 2 points, Tim and Jeff, bringing you
back
up to 5, which means whoever is the closest on this one will win today's game. And you are safe from having the record as the lowest scoring winner on poll perception ever, because it will be a minimum of 10 points, whoever wins this game. We're going to go ahead and move into our final poll here. Go ahead and get something to write down with, to write on if you have it. This is the weekly tradition of me not telling our guests ahead of time that they need pen and paper until the very moment that they need it. Look at that. No time flat. We could have timed you. Well, here's your final poll. What second-year quarterback are you drafting in Dynasty Fantasy Football? Side A, Sam Howell. Side B, Desmond Ridder. Side C, Brock Purdy. Side D, Kenny Pickett. What percentage of people chose side A, Sam Howell, in this poll? So I need you guys to write down your answer. Whenever you're done with that, we'll reveal it. And whoever's the closest is our champion. While we're waiting on that, I want to remind everybody in the chat to check out our friend Coop's RB questionnaire over on the Fantasy Alarm website. I know. You thought he only did tight ends, but he knows a bit about running backs as well. So if you like his tight end analysis, go check out his RB questionnaire at fantasyalarm.com. All right, let me know when you guys have your answers written down on the Sam Howell side of this. Also, Jake said, we got Jake Trowbridge in the chat. What's up, Jake? Said, I always carry a pen and paper, even in the bathroom. You never know. Nice. That's the place where you might need it most.
Answer written.
Jeff looks like he's got it. Tim looks like he's got it. And Joey looks like he's drawing a portrait.
No, I was breaking it down. Yeah.
You got your answer, Joey?
Yeah. I got
it. The question is, out of those four, 100% being if one is chosen only, what is Sam Howell? Is that right? Out of the four? Roger that. Okay.
Yeah. What percentage of people voted on the Sam Howell side of this trade? Clicked Sam Howell when looking at those four options.
If we all say the same number, can we all win? I know Joey has more points, but that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That's like the Price is Right automatic bid number. All right. We win both showcases.
I'll subtract 2 points from Joey if you all say the exact same number.
I'll agree to that. I will agree to that. I'll agree to that.
It's a new rule. If everyone says the same number on the final poll, 2 points get subtracted from the person in first place. Go ahead and reveal your answers. I want this so bad.
I actually know this answer.
20. And what did Jeff say?
That's a 19.
No way. Oh my God. You guys really sniffed it. 18, 19, 20. From the three of you guys on that one. We have some answers in that as well.
Wait, how come your numbers weren't backwards?
58.
Oh my God.
We forgot to tell you to flip your camera. That's why the numbers weren't backwards.
That's you know what? I'm a newbie in that regard, but even though this is my 9th show.
That's okay. They're usually in StreamYard. We got a new setup over here. Victor over here coming
You're
in with
good, Jeff. Don't worry
15%.
about it.
Grim with 22%.
Oh,
Swamp
boy.
with 13%. Albert with 25%. And Herm's saying, I swear to God, if this is going to be a Pickett slander segment, I'm going to leave now. Well, Herms, you're in luck. We don't have enough time for a Pickett slander segment. There's only 3 minutes left.
Herms,
So
I had
you
Pickett
are
coming in
safe.
second in this bowl.
And Tim just drafted Kenny Pickett and Scott Fishbowl. So you got some Pickett lovers up here. Well, guys, the actual percentage of people that chose Sam Howell in this poll was, you guys were all sniffing it, 22%. Joey, you are going to be our champion. 8 days game. It was a close one. The final score being 12-5 for 5. Nice job, Joey.
I broke it down so well, too. I took 2 points away to give it to Pickett.
Oh, that was nice of you.
Can we know who won? Can we know who won the poll and all that?
Yeah, Brock Purdy came in first at 30.3, ever so slightly ahead of Kenny Pickett at 29.7. Sam Howell had 22%, and then Desmond Ritter down there at 18% in this poll.
I flipped those two.
So I
I
thought
gave too
Ritter
much to
might have
Purdy
been a
because of the-
little bit higher.
With that rushing ability, potentially.
Oh, well.
Well,
Yeah,
guys, that was a super close game and one of the most fun games of poll perception that I've played recently. Jeff, I really appreciate you taking the time to come and hang out with us today.
Thank you for allowing me to come and hang out with you today. And for everyone in the chat, it's been fun.
Absolutely. It's been a ton of fun. And Jeff, now you're 1-1. You got to get that winning record back in poll perception. So whether you like it or not, we're bringing you back for another game of poll perception.
So much for undefeated.
Yeah, I jinxed that one pretty bad. Well, guys, if you're not already following our friend Jeff, you need to fix that right now. If the show wasn't enough to convince you, I'm going to ask one more time. He's on Twitter at Jeff Haseley. Truly incredible follow. And check out his work over at footballguys.com whenever you have a chance. That is going to be
I welcome all Bills and Panthers fans and other fans of the other 30 teams.
Bills, Panthers, and everyone else too.
Yes.
Are there any teams fans you don't welcome?
No,
you can say it
because you'd be wrong,
Really?
right? You can't be doing that. No, everyone's kind of has their own hey, they're a proud fan and the proud fan base, and if they live in that city or not, who cares? That's the team that they support, and I support them. So yes, if you're a fan of whatever team, that's fine with me.
Joey's like, I'm with you as long as it's not the Florida State Seminoles, F Tallahassee.
Oh, that's true.
I'm not a big. No, I'm not going to say it because then Jeff Bell's going to get mad at me. Ohio State fan. That's
we've had our quarrels with Jeff about Ohio State, so you would not be alone here, guys. That's going to be it for us today. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Shout out to Gary Wilson, and we'll see you guys on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Until then. Adios, everybody. Have a good one.
Everybody watch The Ghost of Mr. Chicken with Don Knotts. Yeah, I own that.